Hey guys, Jonah here. This is not a beer review, so if you thought I was going to be doing a review, I can only apologise, but maybe you should quit the video here. It's just a quick update for my own mental health. So I guess this is for people who are kind of interested in me and what's going on in my life and all that kind of stuff. It's not really a homebrew Wednesday either, because I'm not drinking homebrew. I have been, I've got some, but I'm not drinking homebrew. What I am going to be drinking, because this is the Uncle Jonah channel, so I've got to be drinking something. Um, this is a Hobgoblin, um, and I'm chucking it in a glass that I've done for the review earlier on. So yeah, I'm probably going to get a little bit of a roastier kind of taste than perhaps I would do normally. But hey, who knows? Um, so what has been going on? Um, well, look at that. That is a lovely beer. I've always liked the Hobgoblin. Oh, fantastic. Um, so I've had some really bad news the last couple of days, and obviously I'm still going through my cancer treatment. I'm going to the hospital tomorrow. Hey, it's going to be fun to have, yeah, a modified form of tuberculosis injected into my body to try and promote an immune reaction. And it is, Jesus. I mean, it's not chemo in the traditional sense, but basically they're giving me a virus and letting my body try and fight it. Um, to try and kill the cancer cells and stuff. Apparently, it works. I don't know. Every time I go in, they go, "Oh yeah, yeah, doing good, doing good." So then I say, "Oh, does that mean I don't have to come in anymore?" Oh no, no, you still have to come back. And they never tell you, it's never ending. It's like, and it really wears you down. Any kind of cancer treatment is just, yeah, it just absolutely wears you down, which is, yeah, crazy. Um, let me take some refreshment. Oh, lovely stuff. Um, yeah, so not personally in my own life, yeah, going through the ringer. Um, this is the last of my current set of treatments, and then I have to go in 3 months' time and have a scan, um, and it's an invasive scan, um, which I look forward to so much. Um, just ridiculous. And then 6 months, I get to start my treatment again. Oh, anyway, that isn't the bad news, to be honest. So earlier on this week, my cat, who has starred in a few videos now, we're down to two cats. We used to have three. Look at some of my really early videos. We got three cats, but we're down to two. And the vet basically told us that our number two son is he's got cancer as well. So cat cancer and his kidneys. So reasonably similar to what I've got actually. Um, but it's in both kidneys. So they said if it was in one kidney, the possibility of taking the kidney out and leaving him with one functioning kidney would be an option. But yeah, that's not an option. So palliative care. So we've just got to make him comfortable while he's still alive, and he's not. We're not putting him down yet. We really aren't. But it might get to that stage. And last time with his mother, actually, his mum, uh, 3 years ago. Um, we didn't go through the same thing, but we had to have her put down. And yeah, I was in absolute bits and yeah, cried loads. And my boy, I remember when he literally was, he used to sit on my shoulder. There's a couple of videos, I think, or definitely some pictures in the early days when I had my cat sitting on my shoulder, and that's him, that's Dutch. Um, and I remember, yeah, he used to literally, when we got him when he was a tiny baby, and he used to sit in my one hand. That's how small he is. And now he's like 2 or 3 feet long, ridiculously big and hairy, just like me, big hairy monster. So yeah, it's time to kind of say goodbye to him, which is fucking heartbreaking. He's only 13. I think he's going to be 14 soon. So he's not young, but not super old. He's not like, you know, I think cats kind of get elderly in their sort of 15 up, and then it's not unheard of to live 20 years. And cats, indoor cats especially, live a lot longer these days than they used to. So yeah, that was a massive blow. So that was earlier on this week, and then yesterday, and this is the worst bad news of the lot. Um, so my nephew, um, my sister's oldest boy, died yesterday, um, and he was 23 years old. Um, yeah, he was born in '99, I think. Um, so he's 23, and yeah, my God, I hadn't really spoken to him for a while, but Jesus Christ, I mean, people seem to be dropping like flies at the moment. My best friend, my nephew, who was young, he wasn't an old dude. Um, yeah, so it's still really fresh in the mind, and yeah, I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to think, um, what to do, what to feel. It's crazy. Like I haven't seen him for 4 years. So before COVID, obviously, but it's been a year or maybe a couple of years, maybe 4 or 5 years, um, since I saw him. Um, and I remember last time I saw him, I was trying to get him because at that time I was working in the training industry, and I was doing apprenticeships and I was doing traineeships and stuff for younger people. I think he just finished college, so yeah, he would have been 17, 18, maybe something like that. And yeah, I tried my best to get him onto, a course that had like an apprenticeship course, so some learning, but also some working, you know. And it's a kind of way in the UK. I don't know if this works in America, but in the UK, it's kind of like a foot in the door. So you start off and you're not working full time. You're probably only doing 3 days a week. Maybe you're doing 5 days a week, but half days or split days, And yeah, he wasn't interested at all, which was a real shame because I was trying to convince him, look, this will help you out, and hey, I tried my best. Do you know what I mean? Being Uncle Jonah. I'll tell you something else oh my God, I haven't thought about this for years. But the reason I call myself Uncle Jonah, and some people have been like, oh, that sounds like some weird, dirty old man. And I never understood that. It's very weird. But apparently, some people think that way. That says more about them than me, right? Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, the whole reason I became Uncle Jonah was because of him, because he was my first, yeah, my first nephew, and now he is no more. Does that mean that I'm no longer Uncle Jonah? Um, just yeah, blows your mind. Um, oh dear. And yeah, so yeah, I feel one thing I do feel, and I'm a man. Remember, the beard gives it away. Um, but we don't really show our emotions very much, and I I often get kind of confused, you know, by what's going on. But as I always say, to thine own self be true, and yeah, things like that kindle crazy feelings and stuff. Yeah, it's bizarre. I remember holding him in my arms when he was hours old. I was obviously I'm an uncle. I wasn't there at the birth, but I remember holding him in my arms and then going outside the hospital and smoking a cigar. I remember that. Trying to get my dad to smoke a cigar and his father, so my sister's husband, have a cigar. He didn't know what to do with the cigar. So there's all three of us just literally, and those two, they're funny. My dad and his dad lit up their cigars, puff, puff, cough, cough. Oh, throw them out. And I don't think they were aware, and I didn't say because it was once I gave it to them, it's theirs. They were Romeo and Julieta Churchill cigars. Back at the time, they were like 20 quid each, I think. And now they're probably 25, 30 quid each. And they literally had one puff and then threw it on the ground and and that was it. And they couldn't understand why I was standing outside the hospital puffing away on this thing for probably half an hour. And they were like, come on, throw it away, man. And I was like, man, my stogie. Crazy. But, you know, that was my kind of beginnings of Uncle Jonah. So, my baby, my young boy, Dutch the hairy monster. Or should I say, not many people know his real name. And this is my cat, not my nephew. His name is Dutch Ducati Demetrius of Hampton Court. All our cats have titles, which some people think it's a bit weird, but yeah, giving your cat a title is crazy. Um, Duke, he's a Duke. Sorry, Duke is his title. Duke, Dutch Ducati. Anyway, Dutch to his friends, so he's always Dutch to me. Um, and he always comes on my lap. And yeah, lately he's been finding it difficult to jump up, and I guess that's because he's in pain, and I didn't really notice. And says more about me as a bad father. That's probably why I've never had any kids. And I probably would be an absolute rubbish father because number one, I try and encourage them to drink beer at a very young age. Probably not good. Um, and number two, yeah, I'm a bit too selfish. And when you are a father, when you're a good father, like my dad, he is a gentleman and a gentleman. at the same time. If you can do that, this world is yours. But unfortunately, I believe that I'm not as good as my father, and because of that, it's not, yeah, it's not my place to repopulate this world with, yeah, with our bloodline. So it was my kind of sister's responsibility. Um, and even though she changed her name, obviously, when she got married, um, her two sons and one daughter were there to kind of keep the line, the genetic code in existence. And now, yeah, as of yesterday, that has dropped to just one. Danny, my other nephew, um, and his sister, obviously Holly, who's my niece. Um, yeah, those two are the only two left that carry out the lineage. Um, yeah, don't want to get morbid about it, and I know that if you're still watching this, dear viewer, and I totally get that most of you probably will have hung up the video by now, but maybe some of you are still watching. So my channel is mainly about drinking beer, um, making beer because I'm a brewer, uh, albeit a home brewer, not a professional brewer. Um, but also every now and then I throw in one of these videos, which is a lifestyle video. And they are few and far between. So you got to take the rough with the smooth, dear viewer. Um, and if you've listened this long, then, I thank you. Cheers. Because you're actually interested in listening to me. Maybe it's my dulcet tones, um, but it's also my mark on the world. Um, it sounds really mental. It sounds completely bonkers, but yeah, I do one of these reflective videos every now and then, and it just, yeah, it's like me thinking about things. And the weird thing is, now, dear viewer, whoever you may be, um, I don't know how you feel about this, but when life is going okay, you know, and maybe you've got a promotion, or maybe you've got a new job, or things are going fantastic, new relationship, something good, everything's good. We don't reflect enough on things. We don't think about things when things are doing really well. But when things take a turn to the dark side, mm, the dark side, they lead to, I can't remember what Yoda says, and I don't want to do his voice either. Um, I'll tell you something funny if you're there. Hey, we're almost 20 minutes in, so I'll throw a joke in. But I did an upload onto one of my Facebook friends who I've actually met in person, and we were both kind of a bit drunk, which was brilliant. And she's a lovely lady, lives in Brighton now, which is a cool cosmopolitan place, so I'm told. But yeah, she was really nice, and she invited me back to her place with other people, not just me. She said, "Come back and stay at mine." And in the end, I didn't. I went because I was hammered, man. I was absolutely hammered. I was at a beer festival actually, but thank you, really. I'll always remember. Thank you for your kindness. Um, anyhow, yeah, she put a thing up with Yoda on, and it was something to do with, I can't remember exactly. It was something to do with what would Yoda do if he was doing a Zoom call or something like that. And you're watching this, maybe you're watching this on your phone or on your computer with headphones on, and yeah, my response was if Yoda was talking, so I'll try my best Yoda. Imagine you're on a Zoom call and Yoda would say something like, "On mute you are." And for those of you that spend a lot of time on on whatever, it doesn't have to be Zoom, could be Teams or whatever it is. So many times someone says, "Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute. Oh, come on, turn your microphone on." But Yoda wouldn't. He would be like, "On mute you are." And yeah, that just made me laugh. It really did make my day. And she laughed as well. So thank you very much. You know who you are. Um, yeah, it really made me laugh, especially when this week has been full of really fucking bad news. It's like, oh my God. But I have to say, my new job, um, I contacted my boss this morning and obviously told him the bad news about my nephew. I didn't really know about my boy, my cat. Um, at that, actually, no, I did know, but yeah, bad news always comes together, doesn't it? And it's like, holy shit. Anyway, and he gave me some really good support. So I am feeling really happy and secure at the place I work. And yeah, can't really talk about it too much because I'll get in trouble because I can't really talk about my work. But yeah, it's very much appreciated that people at your work are, looking after your well-being. And it happened in my previous job as well. Um, and I would say, working for a company when you have problems yourself, like obviously I've got cancer, um, and when you feel supported, it really does make such a difference, as opposed to somewhere that's only interested in productivity and money. When things happen and you don't feel supported, why should you work? Why should you work hard? You know, I feel like I'm now wanting to give back and I want to be a productive employee. I feel like they're supporting me. I want to support them. I feel valued as a person. Um, and some companies I've worked for in the past, again, I can't say any names, but have absolutely no interest in your personal situation at all. And they're just like, well, you can't do this, or you can't have a day off, and you can't do this. And holy moly, after what I've gone through in the last couple of years, it's really opened my eyes to good people and bad people. And those people that think everything is about making money and, you know, that's not really what a good company does. A good company supports their employees to be the best version of themselves. And that's the good times and the bad times. Um, so I'm really happy where I am at the moment. Um, and I really am. It's good. Maybe I'm not getting millions of pounds, but I'm getting a reasonable wage. And yeah, it goes a long way. Ah, where are we? Wow, 25 minutes in. Thank you if you're still here and listening. I'm not sure if anyone would be. Um, I always think that perhaps some people listen to these weird. Maybe they don't listen to my my beer reviews, but they listen to my rantings, shall we say, my experiential thoughts. And perhaps, you are going to sleep and my rumbling tones are helping you sleep. Well, I thank you, dear viewer. If you have a beer, I would raise a toast to you. And yeah, let's say to Sammy, my nephew. Hopefully, you're looking down and laughing, brother, because I know you were, yeah, in a bit of pain, shall we say. Um, yeah, cheers. That is Uncle Jonah, and that's all I'm going to say tonight. Cheers and beers, guys. Thank you for listening. And again, we'll be back for some more beer reviews and maybe some more experiential kind of chats real soon. Cheers and beers, guys. Take care.